It's time now to check your money with America's money maven, Vicki Brackens. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. Vicki, this is the day that the Lord hath made. I am rejoicing and glad in it because today, Vicki, I know we got to talk about some money, but today it is about money because Cornell University ain't getting no more. Well, maybe if I decide voluntarily, but my baby girl walks officially across the stage today at Cornell University, and Gloria and I are so proud. She is the last of our four. I've been talking about it for the last few weeks, the last of our four college graduates, and we're really excited for Aaliyah. Congratulations, Aaliyah, on your graduation. And Vicki, the girl, got so many chords. She can.
Oh,
she can,
really?
Oh my!
She can braid.
She can braid, baby. She can. Chords, kentes. Oh my God! This sister is going to rock it today. So we're really excited for her. Congratulations, Aaliyah, on your graduation today.
That is amazing, George. Absolutely amazing. As you said, first of all, that you and Gloria have a foursome of college graduates, okay, that you have supported and nurtured and brought through to this point in time. And what did you say? This is the last time Cornell University?
Yeah.
You had to put that on the envelope, okay? Put that on the check. Strike that across the bottom. You are done. Congratulations.
Now, that's the last time I'm obligated. And they're going to keep asking me.
Oh, sure. Okay, sure. Okay. But I think they're going to ask Aaliyah now.
They're going to ask. Okay. True. They ask the parents too, though. Okay. Yeah, they're going to ask her, and they're going to continue to ask us.
All right. Well, wonderful. And also, I'm a little bit late, but I want to say this. Congratulations to you and your lovely bride for your anniversary celebration last
31
week.
Years.
31 years. Okay. Yeah. Anybody who makes a 31-year commitment is what I would call really committed. Okay.
Word.
Okay.
For real.
I know when Earlene and I celebrated our 31st, we went the same way. Okay. This is commitment here.
Yes, so, yes.
Congratulations.
You've been together 31 years, over 31 years?
Wow. 31 this year.
31 years. Oh, okay.
So you got me by one.
One. Okay.
Got us by one. Yes, 31 years this year.
No, we're the same then. The same.
Say again?
We're the same because we're 31 years this year. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were 32. Okay, then we're exactly the same.
Wait, did I have it right? No, yeah, 31.
You sure? Because I thought that Facebook page said 32.
Wait. This is 2023. 1992 was 30. So yes, that's 31.
31. Okay.
I did do that math right. We're 31. So we're tied. We're tied.
Okay. All right. We're tied then. So listen, and congratulations. I'll just say this last thing here to all of the graduates who, because this is graduation season.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have made this journey and completed this accomplishment should be applauded by everyone. So congratulations to all our graduates.
Vicki, I got something for you too.
What is that?
Happy 1 year anniversary.
Oh, George.
AKA, right?
That's true.
Alpha Sorority Incorporated 1 year in, believe it or not.
Exactly, 1 year in with the Iota Nu Omega, okay, chapter here in Syracuse, New York. Thank you very much for remembering that, George. Okay.
Yes.
I know all over your household, nobody forgot.
Listen.
Okay. You got 3 sorors right there in your household.
And 3 sorors in the house right now as we speak.
Thank you. All right, so listen, I have something that I want to just share with everyone, a little bit different than we normally would talk about as far as our issues around money. But I saw something that triggered some time ago, but it came up again, that triggered a conversation that I've wanted to have for a long time. And I hope that everyone who's listening will hear me clearly and understand that what I am saying is about perception and it's about voice, and it's about how we approach the subject of money and wealth and so forth. And it's truly intended to lift us up versus to hold us down. So if I
That's a
I
whole
don't
lot of
get this,
disclaimer. That's a whole
yeah,
lot.
there's a lot of disclaimer on this
Wait,
one,
you know
George.
what? I heard something the other day. Usually, when you get that kind of disclaimer, la 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 la. But let me give it to you. So you about to give it to us, Vicki?
Yeah, George. Okay, all right then. And I have also a feeling this is going to be more than a 1 week conversation. In fact, you know what? I hope it's more than a 1 week conversation.
Right.
Because this is truly something that I would like to continue as a community conversation concerning how we approach and talk about wealth, but not only how we approach and talk about wealth, but what we have started to internalize about progress and the progress toward generational wealth and closing the wealth gap. So here's an article, though, that I'm going to reference, and I'm going to read a little bit of it that came out, looks like on February 23rd of this year. And it said basically this, and it was published in CNBC, and you can go into the market section and get a copy of it. But it said basically this. Here are the key points. Gains of average wealth among Black households outpaced other racial groups during the pandemic, a new study showed. Because of their lower exposure to the stock market, Black Americans did not experience huge fluctuations in their equity holdings last year. The value of real estate holdings of Black individuals has risen 72% since the end of 2019. Home ownership also rose among Black Americans during the pandemic as more buyers looked to take advantage of low mortgage rates. That's all good news.
Okay.
Absolutely great news.
Mm-hmm.
You know why it struck me so hard?
Why?
It's the first time I've ever seen an article that said that Black Americans are doing well concerning their wealth generation progress. Usually, what we look at and what we see and what we read is about the fact that we are either behind, not making progress, struggling to do things. And this is the first time I've seen an article that actually said that progress was being made. Now, this is a short window, a very short window as far as the measurement window. And I am not saying that this necessarily means that all is well and the sky is blue. What I am emphasizing here is that it is time for us to start celebrating progress and thinking about what progress really means and how we can extend it versus always being bombarded with messages of despair. Does that make any sense to you, George?
I think this brother created this show called Inspiration for the Nation. It makes sense to me.
It makes sense to you, okay?
Yeah, it does. And I think, Vicki, your point is well taken, that it's almost as if we're afraid to talk about success because that's negating other issues that's happening within the community. And we can hold both ideas at the same time.
Thank you. Okay, you can have both ideas, as you say, hold or to be correct at the same time.
At the same time.
At the same time, without us always in a position of talking about what we don't have versus what has happened as far as progress and how we can extend it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, George, I'm still a little bit nervous on this conversation. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it can be spun in so many different directions.
It can.
But we're not going to allow that to happen or for us to stop this conversation. Because, this is my I'll just say it this way. I became a licensed individual in the financial services industry in 1987. Y'all finally know what the real date is. That's a long, long time ago. And during that entire period, what we have been walking and trying to convey to individuals is that you can do these things. And if you follow the steps and follow the progression steps and the formulas that have been proven to work, progress will be made and wealth will increase, and that wealth can be passed on from generation to generation. This month, in fact, has been a really important month for me because it's the first time, I hadn't shared this with you, George, I am now working with a third generation family member. 3 generations where the grandparents were clients, the parents were clients, and now the children are clients. And to see zero no more actually take place, because these families did not come back each generation, the progress, you can see the stacking on of progress and how wealth is coalescing in this family unit and moving forward. But we've got to start having conversations more and more about the progress that's being made within our communities and how we can not only celebrate that progress, but extend it and enhance it and reject some of the negative conversations that are happening. Now, here somebody's going to call and say, Vicki Brackens, poverty exists. I know poverty exists. Vicki Brackens, you've never been poor. You are right. I have never been poor. I've been exceedingly broke. Many of us have been exceedingly down dog dirty broke. I've been one of those, okay? But I have never been poor. You know why I say I've never been poor, George?
I do, but you tell me.
Remember the conversation, our definition of what poor is.
No
option. Poor
option.
is to be without resource
and
without option.
Options. That's right.
I have been without resource. I have never been without option.
Come on now.
And I would say that a good portion of the population, Black population here in Syracuse, has never really met that definition of being without resource and without options. So that, okay, the fact that we've had those options, but how do we deploy those options? And now that we're starting to implement some of the strategies around those options to move us forward, poverty and the numbers will continue to decrease. The growth of wealth in our communities, I can testify. Now, you know, I can't use names because of confidentiality, but I can testify after this 30+ year career that the growth of wealth within our communities is taking place. And now it's time for us to go from, what do you call it? Linear growth to exponential growth, which we can do. Here's another thing that was also very interesting. If you looked at this study, which was actually done by Wells Fargo, the average worth of Black households rose to more than $340,000 through the third quarter of last year. That's about a 32% increase over that 11-quarter period. Now, there is still a huge gap, but it was 32% less 11 quarters prior to that. So let's celebrate the fact that over that 11 quarters, that there was a 32% increase, and what can we do to enhance that going forward? How can we enhance that? I'm going to stop right now and remind everyone that we offered a tool last week on air concerning the family financial planning workshop tool to use during family reunions this summer as one of the avenues, one of the strategies, one of the tools available to enhance the net worth and the wealth of your families. Please reach out to us at 315-930-4499 extension 102 to get access to that tool, or at info@brackensfsn.com. Because what we're going to do and what we have to do, George, is stop allowing the media, and I don't want to sound like, you know, a media hog, because I love media. I love you. I love people in media, okay? But stop allowing the stories, the narrative that we continually digest, continually be on the negative without balancing with the positive progress that is being made. And also, I will say this, for those of you who may be listening, who are going to say, oh, Black Americans are making progress. There's no need for equity anymore. That is one of the most incredibly cynical ways of viewing this type of information, because the gap is real and the gap needs to be equitably closed, but we can do it together, and we can do it on a positive note as we all employ the strategies necessary for not only equity, but also for growth. All right, George, you had something to say to me before I leave.
Well, yes, I did. I mean, the thing is,
I
thought
can see it in your face. Okay?
Well, I wanted to remind people when you tell people to share and subscribe, there's one more thing I want people to do.
Okay.
I want them to comment, right? We want them to share, subscribe, and comment, because that also pushes more people to find these conversations. And the other thing I was thinking as you were talking about this is, I mean, you didn't really upset nobody, what you just said. So I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I was supposed to be like, you made all this disclaimer. I'm like, you just telling a factual truths. So
I think so. Okay.
yeah, so I think I'm very interested. Hey, I got a question for folks. So you heard what Vicki said. What are your thoughts about that? When you see this video, comment on your feelings about, how the conversation about wealth generation in our community should be going. Is it too negative, too positive? And if you're looking for resources, Vicki has this packet. Please reach out to Vicki. Vicki, how do they get it?
They can reach out to us at info@Brackens, that's BRACKENS, FSN.com. That's info@Brackens, FSN.com, or give us a call at area code 315-930-4499.
Excellent.
And at this point, George, I think I'll go ahead and stop and wait for our feedback to come from this week, and then we'll talk about exactly where we should go going forward. Our plate is now full.
All right. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. You know what she is? She is America's money maven.